Good morning, friends. I pray that wherever in the world you are right now, that the next 2 minutes are a blessing to you, so you can be the blessing to the people the Lord has put in your life today. So I don't have a good story for you this week, but I do have a very, very, very good devotional. It's like a one little pager, and I just want to read it to you this morning. It's from that morning and evening that I talked about last weekend that Charles Spurgeon wrote, and it's on this verse. Then Jesus said to his disciples, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves, take up their cross, and follow me." So I'm just going to read you verbatim this devotional today because I just found it so encouraging. You cannot fashion your own cross, though unbelief is a master carpenter when it comes to cross making. And you are not permitted to choose your own cross, though self-will would love to be Lord and Master. No, your cross is prepared and appointed for you by divine love, and you are to accept it cheerfully. You are to take up the cross as your God-chosen badge and burden, and not to stand grumbling about it. Jesus urges you to submit your shoulders to his easy yoke. Do not kick at your cross with irritation or trample it with pride or fall under it in despair or flee from it in fear. Just take it up like a true follower of Jesus. Jesus was a cross-bearer. He leads the way in the path of sorrow. You should never desire a better guide. If he carried a cross, what more noble burden would you desire? The way of the cross is the way of safety. Don't be afraid to travel its thorny path. Beloved, the cross is not made of feathers or lined with velvet. It is heavy and hard on disobedient shoulders. But even though your fears have painted it a dull gray, it is not an iron cross. It is a wooden cross, and a person can carry it. The man of sorrows has already tested the load. So take up your cross, and by the power of God's Spirit, you will soon be so in love with it that, like Moses, you would not exchange the disgrace of Christ for all the treasures of Egypt. Remember that Jesus carried the cross, and it will smell sweet. Remember that the cross will soon be followed by the crown. The thought of the coming weight of glory will lighten the present heaviness of trouble. May God help you before you fall asleep this evening to bow your spirit in submission to his divine will. May it be that as you wake with tomorrow's sun, you will go forth to the cross with a holy and submissive spirit which becomes a follower of the crucified. And I don't know, I just read that this morning. It's the evening, actually, it's the evening of the 23rd, if anybody's looking it up, devotional. But I read it this morning, and I was thinking about Easter, and I don't know, I just, and then the troubles of today just kind of swept upon me, and I read this, and I was just so encouraged that we are right where God wants us, carrying the load that he wants us to bear. And I was just encouraged and comforted by that thought. So I pray that it would encourage you as well today as you go out or stay in today and be the blessing. Till next time, Katie.